Welcome back. While the sense of sight is extraordinarily important, it is not the only sense that we rely upon. Our sense of hearing is in many ways and situations equally important. The ear is a highly specialized sensory organ responsible for both hearing and balance. Unlike vision, hearing and balance depend entirely on physical motion. In this lesson, we'll explore how sound waves are converted into nerve impulses and how the inner ear helps maintain balance. The outer ear is designed to collect sound. The pinna, with its curved shape, alters incoming sound waves in ways that help the brain determine sound direction. The auditory canal slightly amplifies sound frequencies important for human speech, showing that even passive structures play an active role in hearing. The basic function of the ear is hearing. The ear converts air pressure waves into action potentials that are perceived as sound. The outer ear channels sound waves toward the eardrum, beginning the process of sound transduction. The middle and inner ear contain the structures responsible for amplifying sound and converting it into electrical signals. The middle ear includes the ossicles, while the inner ear contains the cochlea and semicircular canals, which are involved in hearing and balance. Sound waves enter the auditory canal and strike the tympanic membrane, causing it to vibrate. These vibrations pass through the ossicles, the malleus, incus, and stapes. The stapes transfers vibrations to the oval window of the cochlea. Vibrations in the fluid-filled cochlea are detected by hair cells, which convert them into nerve impulses sent to the brain. Here is the complete path of sound: auditory canal, tympanic membrane, ossicles, malleus, incus, stapes, oval window, cochlea, hair cells, and finally the auditory nerve. This pathway is essential to understand for exams. In the middle ear, sound vibrations are mechanically amplified. The tympanic membrane vibrates, transferring energy to the ossicles. These tiny bones concentrate force from the large eardrum onto the much smaller oval window, increasing pressure before sound enters the inner ear. The eardrum passes vibrations to the chain of bones in the middle ear. The malleus, incus, and stapes act together to efficiently transfer sound energy deeper into the ear. The ossicles transmit vibrations to the fluid inside the cochlea, which houses the organ of Corti. Vibrations move the cochlear fluid, bending hair cells against an overlying membrane. This bending triggers nerve signals that travel to the brain through the auditory nerve. The cochlea is a spiral-shaped structure filled with fluid. As vibrations enter through the oval window, pressure waves travel through the fluid. Different regions of the basilar membrane respond to different frequencies. Hair cells in the organ of Corti respond to this movement and generate electrical nerve impulses. This diagram shows the organ of Corti. Hair cells sit on the basilar membrane and bend when fluid movement causes the membrane to shift. This bending opens ion channels, leading to signal transmission through the auditory nerve. Louder sounds produce higher amplitude pressure waves. These waves cause more vigorous vibrations in the cochlear fluid. As a result, hair cells bend more strongly, generating a higher frequency of action potentials. This diagram shows how sound waves travel through the outer, middle, and inner ear. As sound progresses, it is amplified and finally converted into nerve signals in the organ of Corti. Pitch depends on the frequency of sound waves. High-pitched sounds have high frequencies, while low-pitched sounds have low frequencies. Different pitches stimulate hair cells in different regions of the organ of Corti. The inner ear also houses the organs of balance. These include the semicircular canals, utricle, and saccule. Hair cells within these structures detect body position and movement. The semicircular canals detect rotational movement of the head. Fluid movement within these canals bends hair cells, sending signals that help maintain balance. The vestibular system includes the semicircular canals, utricle, and saccule. The semicircular canals detect rotational movement, while the utricle and saccule detect linear acceleration and head position relative to gravity. Balance depends on multiple sensory systems working together. The vestibular system provides information about movement, vision confirms orientation, and proprioception tracks body position. When these systems agree, balance is stable. Have you ever been seasick? Carsick? If you have, you were experiencing motion sickness. Motion sickness occurs when the brain receives conflicting signals. The inner ear may detect motion while the eyes signal that the body is still. This sensory conflict leads to nausea and discomfort. Humans can hear sounds between 20 and 20,000 hertz. High-frequency sounds stimulate hair cells closer to the oval window, while low-frequency sounds stimulate hair cells farther away. Sounds above 80 decibels can damage hearing. Refer to the diagram in your text for more details. This final diagram reviews the structures of the ear. Sound enters through the outer ear, is amplified in the middle ear, and converted into electrical signals in the inner ear. Together, these systems allow us to hear and maintain balance. I hope that you have found this video helpful and have a greater understanding of how the ear functions, not just for hearing, but also balance.